Did you know that you can take a potato and bury it in the ground and it will grow more potatoes? It's really cool. Let's talk about how to grow potatoes at home. So the first two things you need to know are you need to plant your potatoes in late winter or early spring. And the second thing is you need to buy what are called seed potatoes. Seed potatoes are a little bit different from your grocery store potatoes because they haven't been treated with anything to keep them from sprouting, and they're going to be certified to be disease-free, which is important when you're adding them to your home garden so that you're not spreading disease to your garden potentially. In its most simple form, if you just take potatoes and bury them about 3 inches under soil, they're going to sprout roots down low and shoots above the ground. As those plants grow and as that root system spreads, it will begin to spread tubers all along the roots of the plant. By tubers, I mean potatoes. So the root system is gonna have all these potatoes all over the roots. So whenever you dig it up, that one potato that you planted has now turned into maybe 5 or 10 potatoes. If you're buying smaller potatoes like these, just bury them straight away. Don't worry about cutting them up. If you're buying great big potatoes, you may want to cut this into 2 or 3 or 4 parts. Just make sure that each part has eyes on it because those eyes are where it's going to sprout out of this potato. If you do decide to cut your potato up into smaller pieces, each one of those pieces will make a plant. So spread them out 12 to 14 inches apart inside of your raised bed or the containers where you're growing them. And make sure after cutting, you allow time, several days, for those cuts to callus over before you bury them in the dirt. Your potato plants are gonna grow up, and then as they grow, if you want, you could choose to add more soil along those stems, and that will extend those plants up higher and allow more area for the tubers to develop. And typically, you won't harvest your potatoes until the tops or the plants themselves begin to die, which is usually late spring or early summer. So yeah, go crazy. Plant some potatoes this year.